sweep. So again, from De La Riva guard, Carlson headquarters position, I have this, no, just stand up bro, this combat base. So from there, I have the far side sleeve, near side ankle, and I have my De La Riva hook in. We showed you then how to control this position, and once you've got the grips of that, keeping this hand away from the knee and the foot is a big detail. So when you go to spar in this position later and he's constantly stuffing your foot, you kind of need to go back and think about where this hand is. It should be there constantly shelving. So you're pushing up. Again, don't leave the De La Riva hook in. Okay? It gets in your way if it's left in, and if you are keeping it in, it will become more of a Barambola base game. So I take it out, and then we just work that shelf from that position. So as I keep that grip on the ankle, when I shelf to my, or when I dip to my right, I'm shelving this leg up and off balancing Carl. All the weight now is off his right leg. Now I'm going to force to get that knee on the mat, and now I'll just chill out from here. If he does nothing, we have the elevator sweep. He'll want to come to combat base. Now I want to bring in that knee and take a back a step. Because watch some of you guys, and you were still pushing this out, and then when he dropped to combat base, he's quite far away from me. And when you try to put in a deep De La Riva hook, because his hips are so far back, you might even get your foot to there. So when I'm there and Carl's coming to combat base, I let him bring this knee in close. The closer he is, the better. That makes sense? But now, because he's dropped to combat base, he's shorter, okay, which means it's easier for me to get into De La Riva X. So from there, we use that foot not to push, but as a step to get onto my left shoulder so I can get this deep De La Riva hook in. And I come back flat onto my back, and I lock in my second hook. Okay. Once I get to there, to lock in De La Riva X, we don't play it flat on our back. We physically sit up and we straighten our legs. Okay. So now let's look at the tilt sweep, which is the go-to sweep, the basic sweep from De La Riva X guard. So from this, very much like a Tomonagi, an overhead sweep, as I lean back to gain momentum, I'm going to slightly get a bend in my knees, bringing Carl forward, and then I just take him onto his left side, my right side. Now if I feel he's a little bit far away from me, I just shrimp in a little bit closer. I still have my grips. Anytime Carl tries to come up on top from there, I just straighten my legs. Don't be in a rush to get on top from here. He is locked in here. This is what's so cool about this guard. So from there, I'm going to let go of the ankle. My left hand is going to win an underhook. And I want to make sure that my forearm is between Carl's tricep and his lat. Now from here, you can keep sleeve control, or you can switch to the elbow. I prefer the elbow, so I can pull Carl's head towards my chest. I want him as close as possible. Now let's talk about getting on top safely. I keep my left deep De La Riva hook in place, and I windshield wiper my right foot out. Don't worry, we'll get another angle in a minute. I windshield wiper my foot back. Okay. From there, I'm building a base from my hip to my knee. The detail is my knee is pointing towards Carl. I don't turn it into a cut cross pass yet or a knee slice, because Carl will want to try and get up on top of me, and I want to be putting all my weight towards him. From there, I build a base from my knee to my foot, then I turn the knee. From that position, I slide through for the knee slice. Again, we talked about this in the guard passing mesocycle. I don't want to turn the side control, and Carl puts me back in the guard. So from here, that detail about walking his knees so they're facing in the other direction. I just put my hip on his hip, walk, back. Once I get his knees facing the other way, cross face, far hip, 100 kilos. That again, just on this side, right? So Carl's in headquarters. Again, if I am not controlling Carl's limbs, his wrists and his feet, he's just going to make grips and cross my guard. So we need to lock in some type of open guard control. So we looked about how I want that sleeve. It's coming to the outside. I want the ankle, which stops the X-pass. I get my De La Riva hook in shallow. Turn my knee in, so his knee's not facing towards me. And then when I make the transition to sit up, to go for this off balance, I push on the thigh, disengage the De La Riva hook. I'm still pulling this into my pocket. And then we go for the dip and the shelf. I sell the sweep. I really pull on the sleeve to drop that knee down. And when Carl comes towards me, I let him. And I let him get close with that left knee. I don't want this leg out straight, because it's going to be very hard for the thread in a deep De La Riva hook from there. So now the sole of my left foot, okay, is on his knee. I just lift my hip and come onto my left shoulder to thread that in deep. Alright, my instep is on that far hip, and then I come back the way I came and I thread the second one in. My legs are X'd, hence the name De La Riva X guard. Now to lock it in, I just sit up, my back's off the mat, and I straighten my legs. Let's work this tilt sweep from here. Okay, so from here, I am falling back. I'm using that momentum, and I do a slight knee pull, and then I pull on the sleeve, and I tilt Carl to my right to tilt him onto the side, and I'm on my side. So let's look about how to control the position from there. It will be he's going to bust his gut to try to come up, so I keep my De La Riva X locked in. Anytime you feel he's coming up, keep that grip and straighten your legs. There's no rush. Okay, there's no rush from here. I'm in control. So from this position, we're going to cinch in a little bit if I feel he's too far away from me. In other words, if I let go and I can't reach an underhook from there, I'm too far away. So I might have to cinch in a little bit. Okay, let go of the ankle and I win the underhook. Sometimes you can't keep the sleeve. I just prefer to make a grip on the elbow now here. So I'm close. Make sure my forearm is between Carl's tricep and his lat, and I basically pull Carl into me. So his head's on my chest. From there now, let's talk about getting up safely. Left De La Riva hook stays where it is. See my right foot? I just windshield wiper it out. Okay. From there, I build the base from my right hip to my right knee, and the detail is don't turn your knee. Okay? If I go early and I'm on my knee and I start to turn Carl and lift his knees, now he can take my back and do stuff from there. So once I'm here and I'm still on my knee, I only turn my knee when the foot comes up, and then I slice it. Okay? I sit through, walk back, and turn Carl's knees from his left to his right. I win the cross face. Hand comes to the near side hip, 100 kilos. Again. So Carl's in headquarters. This near side sleeve, okay. Sorry, far side sleeve, near side ankle. Push on the thigh, put in my De La Riva hook. Pinching with my knees, feeling comfortable in this position. Then I make the transition to sit up, De La Riva hook comes out. Keeping this on the outside. So I dip and shelf. Pushing to get that knee on the mat, and I get that reaction and he comes up to combat base. Immediately from there, I just thread in De La Riva X. Okay? Once I have that, my back, and I'm sitting straight up, I do lean back slightly. My legs are straight, I bring them slightly towards me, and just as I tilt him onto the side, from there, I might shrimp closer, let go of the ankle, win the underhook. I like letting go of the sleeve and finding the tricep so I can pull Carl close to me and give him a nice hug. So I'm close. From that position, okay, let's get up safely. I keep in the left deep De La Riva hook. I just swim my right foot, windshield wiper it out. Now when I build a base from my hip to my knee is still facing Carl, that's the detail. I don't want him getting to his knees, I want my weight on him. When I get from a knee to a foot, now I turn the knee. Now I have the knee slice. Walk him back, control the head, control the hip. More time with that, bro, you're there. Headquarters, De La Riva, transition to sit up. Once I'm in that position, my grips stay the same the whole way through this. So we dip and shelf, force that sweep, force that knee to the mat the whole time. I wait in his reaction, it's all action, reaction. When he comes to combat base, I lock in De La Riva X, sit up, lock my legs. Once I get to there, now I tilt them over, come close, wind the underhook, windshield wiper, build the base, switch to the